Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I've got a great ghost story for you today. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I have a couple of new ghosts in the house, and it's kind of interesting where I picked these up. I was just doing some regular errands the last couple of days, and I picked up a few of these guys. They have been entertaining me quite a lot. I think that's kind of the fun part. And one of the interesting things is that a couple of them are from the Houston or the Sugar Land, Richmond, Rosenberg area. It's been kind of interesting to kind of get their perspective as they have jumped in the truck with me on occasion and driven around town and kind of gotten to see the sights. And it's interesting, almost reminds me of going around with a friend of mine who's been in this area for like 70 years, not 70 years, since the 1970s. And he was telling me, you know, this used to be an open field and now there's a hospital, and this used to be this and now there's this. And it was just kind of really interesting the way they're talking about it, because it's kind of like I can tell from my friend who moved out here in the 1970s, they're not talking about something that recent. This is something they're talking about from like 100 years ago. Like the rail line used to run this way. There was a train station here. A really cute girl lived in this house, and there's no house there, or there's a building that's been there for a long, long time. So that's kind of the interesting part about talking about ghosts, is kind of really getting their perspective of what's going on or how they see things that have changed. One of them lived near where they kept horses. He calls it a livery stable, so I kind of feel like it's probably mid 1800s or so. And he always loved horses, was a really good eye, I believe, in like judging horses and what's coming in at them and how interesting they are, you know, kind of like their energy. I'm the same way. I feel like horses are very interesting energy because they are such a fight and flight animal. And most often, they're only going to fight if they're cornered, and they're going to fly most of the time. They're going to get the heck out of Dodge. He's also showing me hunting for a cat in the area. And I don't mean like a house cat. I mean like a bobcat or a wildcat, something like that. It's rather large. I'm going to see if I can find a picture or an image of it to show you. It's just been really interesting that the way he's talking about the community. The rail line hasn't been here for many, many years in the areas that he's talking about. So I know it's not anything really recent. I would probably say 100 and something years ago. I get the name Mike, and then I get Epstein, something like that. I get farmers. I get even his wife had a vegetable garden, a pretty good size one. They had several kids, and so like I feel like his wife had a very large vegetable garden. It wasn't just like, you know, a few tomato plants or something like that. It kind of really fed the family. I feel like he went between doing corn to doing sugar, and then raising cotton at this, you know what I'm saying, over time frames. I get a lot of grief in his life. The first name I get is Mike or Michael, but a lot of grief in his energy, a lot of not being happy with what's going on. And so I feel like there's two of them that are coming through, and it may be like two brothers that are coming through side by side. This has been really an interesting one because he must have a lot of family that have passed with him. And it's kind of interesting that they haven't come back. So that's the part that I think is really interesting. I also get that there was a tragedy and his wife going and collecting all the money that they had been saving. At the time, it was probably about $8 or $9, and most of it is in coins. And then there's probably like $1 or $2 bills. Life was very rough, very hard, and his wife's name is Mary. Let's see if I can do some research on that one. So they had lived in this area. I kind of feel where they're showing me is kind of outside of Rosenberg, kind of where like 90 and 36 come together, in that general-ish areas where I'm feeling it kind of more going to the west, more towards San Antonio, that general direction, going out Old 90. I would say that their energy is very interesting, because now Mary is even coming forward, so that's kind of an interesting one. I do feel like Mary was quite the force to be reckoned with, and I do feel like she felt outnumbered a lot. I think she had more boys than girls. I feel like she had like 2 girls but like 4 boys, and so sometimes just felt overwhelmed with all the boys and the crazy hyper energy all the time. And not that she didn't love being a mom, she did, but it's one of those, sometimes they can be a little overwhelming. So I just think that's the fun part of life. Mary and Mike were married for a very long period of time. That's what they're telling me. Mary passed first, and then Mike passed several years later. I get that this was really true love for both of them. They really, really loved each other. They really, really loved each other. That's the best part. I think that's the best part. To find someone you truly love and to live with them, that's a really good life. So I thank you for joining me today, and I will see what I can find about Mike and Mary. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.